Hello my wonderful audience. Today let's talk about something I believe is a very pressing issue in the country in Nigeria. If you're watching me from any other part of the world, it's okay because I think this might also be peculiar to your country if you look close into it. Okay, so now this video I'm about to play to you, let me just play it first and I give you a couple of comments about what I'm seeing right here.
The State Security Network Agency says it has intercepted 168 suspected invaders hiding in 2 trucks. The suspects were intercepted in the Akure North local government area of the state during a stop and search. It comes 3 days after the Corps arrested 151 suspected invaders with charms concealed inside bags of rice along the Akure-Ado Expressway. Now, the Corps commander says the suspects were coming from Kano and Jigawa states without any clear reason for entering ONDO. It follows heightened tensions and warnings of impending attacks in the southern part of the country.
Stop and search team saw these 2 trailers and they told them that they were on their way to Ondo State with cows. But on careful examination, we found out that they carefully concealed about 40 motorcycles with over 100 people lying down beneath the motorcycle. The upper floor has cows. The middle has motorcycle wrapped and dismantled. And the lower ones, we have over 100 of them lying on each other.
We have Amatoko that has an eagle eye in Ondo State, and it is not possible for them to pass here. And so long Ondo State is gateway to the southwest of the court. Only goods and employee only. So I don't know how the driver managed to get over 100 and something people and also plenty motorcycles under cows.
Now let me give a few comments about this Ondo arrest. Now they are coming from Kano and Jigawa, about 168 people arrested. First of all, let's ask a very important question. Are these people themselves Nigerians? Come on, these are things, when I bring this thing out for discussion, I think everyone should be part of this conversation. Are they Nigerians? That's number 1 question to answer. Number 2, why would they be concealing themselves in a trailer in such a way that it's more of like looking misleading, that people will be thinking, or would I say, everyone would think that they are cows, not knowing that cows are being mixed with bikes and that they're also mixed with men. Think about that for a moment. Now, there are different ways for you to look at this if you can be even objective enough, all right? Now, they are coming from Kano and Jigawa. For a fact, those particular places in the north are going through a whole lot of insecurity, but we cannot say for a fact if everyone coming from there are part of the problems happening in the nation right now, if they are part of the bandits and all that. Now, some of you might have watched the video by BBC that raised a whole lot of attention in the Nigerian media space. It was more of like praising bandits or making them look like celebrities. But the fact remains that if people could go this far and have this possibility of even being in close proximity with these people to make the BBC documentary, it goes a long way to even explain a whole lot with the Nigerian media, I would say for a fact. And why has there not been a solution to banditry in Nigeria if people could be this close to them to make such a documentary? But looking at this particular case right now, there are different ways to look at this. In all of the search, as they got to find them, did they find them with any weapons? Now some people will say, okay, maybe if they go first, because there's people that have the theory that these people are also bandits coming all the way from the north there, coming to Ondo. And Ondo right there is more of like a gateway, just like you had explained right there. So looking at this critically, if they were not found with any guns, can we say that these people might just be people that are migrating from one point to the other, more of like a way to make ends meet? Think about that for a moment, let that sink, because if they are just cows and them, you could say, okay, them and cows, maybe they have to search those cows where they have put guns inside the anyash or somewhere. Then we could have a theory like that. But if it is cows, them, and bikes, Are they coming with the bikes for them to come and hustle? Because most times you see, like in Lagos and the rest, most of them also are also into, you know, biking and all that. But already in the south, we have a lot of people that are into, you know, bikes and all that. I don't know if you understand. Or are they coming with these bikes as well? Because even bikes are being used by bandits themselves and also these people to get to perpetrate their acts also. So it's more of like there are different sides to look at this right now. But for them to be coming in that number, 100 plus, this is more of like, indeed, migration, I would say. But if there are Nigerians, as Nigerians, we are free to move in between, right? But this is the point where people will now say, I think there has to be a complete disintegration in the country, looking at the way things are going right now. Because at this point right now, Abuja is facing a whole lot of attacks right there. Even last time I saw a video along the way leading to the airport, there was actually an attack along that way as well. So if the capital city can be going through a whole lot right now in the country, what more happens to the other parts of the country? Because we can say that evidently in the north, a whole lot has been going on there that is more of like the other part of the country just thinks more of like, okay, let them kill themselves. Let anything that happens to them happen to them. But if you are believing in one Nigeria, if you believe in one Nigeria, then to a great extent, whatever is happening to the people in the north there, I think should be everyone's concern as well. But again, I now ask myself a question. We have a president that is from the north there. And yet still, this whole issue is still persisting till now. When he came to power, everyone was more of like, yes, he's someone that has a military background and all that. But yes, still, it's as if it's even getting more and more. People are having the whole idea that what if it's possible that next year's election might be boycotted because of this whole insecurity situation? What if we come to a point whereby banditry and all that becomes so proliferated in the country that nowhere at all becomes safe? But thanks indeed to the 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐾, because would the police do what the 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐾 are able to do right now? We have been talking about state policing. Isn't that a good idea that even at this point right now, there should be that particular conversation? Because 𝐼𝐻𝐻𝐾 right there did a good job for them to see this and even make public news about it. But again, it might be wrong that they are seen as bandits or seen as possible prospective bandits. Because look at this. Why didn't they travel in the normal bus and all that? If they were traveling in buses, and these people might be people that don't even have enough to feed, or they're just hustlers who are trying to go somewhere else and go and hustle. I now ask myself a question. Where would they stay if they go to where they're going? That driver that is harboring them with the cows and all that, are they together? Do they know each other? Because for them to be going somewhere without a purpose or even knowing who they are going to meet or what they are going to do there, maybe all they have in mind is that they're going there to go and ride their bikes. But even at that, where would they stay where they are going to? Who do they know where they are going to? What kind of migration is this? So it's very suspicious that anything is possible at this point. But it's a good thing that they were apprehended. Now these are even the ones that come in this manner. If not, why would they be hiding? Because normally they should normally come with a public transport. Is the tipper, the lorry there, supposed to be transporting humans or transporting goods? That's why you see sometimes they carry the lorry there and it's supposed to be written goods only. It's written goods only, but human beings are inside hiding. Why? But if there are Nigerians, of course they have freedom of movement. But at that as well, if you have been talking about this whole grazing and all that, I've watched videos of soldiers themselves becoming as if they themselves are the cattle bearers, guarding their cows. I've seen videos like that here on social media. So when you look at this, you can look at this on two sides. But why is there this massive influx of them coming from Kano and Jigawa there, all to the south? Something might be cooking that we don't know. But as expositions like this keep coming out, please, I want you, my loving, wonderful Nigerians, look out. Watch. You see something out there, you talk. The problem I have most times is that when people see things and then they act as if they don't care. But if people themselves who are not in the quote and unquote police or whatever, If the 𝐼𝐡𝐚𝐭 could be doing this, I think they deserve a whole lot of accolade for them to be observing this and then bringing this out. If not, who would even think that in a lorry like that would carry cows, carry bikes, and carry people who are hiding? That's why sometimes you come into you, of course you cannot walk on the street and then see someone and be like, where are you coming from? Of course, if you see a Fulani person, you know it's a Fulani person. You can tell some people by the way they talk and all that. But sometimes you just wake up one day, you see that there are a lot of new people in your environment, and you be like, what is going on? But you have to be very, very observant to see these things. But you could tell us what you think about it. Let's have the conversations in the comment. Let's see what people themselves think about it. Because I know some people are going to be on the side of, these are people that are coming to stage a war or something. Some people will be more of like, oh, come on, they're Nigerians, they should have a freedom of movement. And maybe they're just people trying to go elsewhere to make ends meet. So they're trying to just look for a cheaper means for them to transport themselves to that area. But everyone should be where they are, where they come from, right? But even at that, come on, Igbos are everywhere in the country. Igbos are everywhere in the world. But how do you get to that place you are going to? In this manner? It's very, very suspicious, I would say. So let's not look at it based on just tribes and all that, but let's try to have an objective mindset to it. A lot of things are happening. Recently, the war shootings, the church shootings that happened, I heard that the people themselves who did the shootings there in Owo, they have been caught. And there are some inconsistencies I'm seeing in regards to some that they say they broke out from prison, and some that it doesn't even tally. So you don't even know if you can even trust the force anymore in regards to the news that come from them. But even at that, the center message of this particular video is that everyone should be watchful of their environment. Be very observant, because you never can tell. Some people might be in the bushes cooking up something. If these people come, where would they stay, where they are going to? Or do they have a place they are going to be camped? Then that particular driver has to be investigated, who is harboring them, because he knows that they are there for him to be driving them to ONDO. And who is the ONDO governor? And which party does he belong to? So you see? So when Wike talks about the fact that it's not all about party, it's all about the individual. Listen to what Wike had to say that looks as if that he has an issue with the PDP.
Leadership is not about party. Leadership is not about party. Leadership is about individual. Party is only a vehicle to actualize your ambition, to be able to tell your people, I have this capacity, I have this quality to render services to you. If you take me away today from PDP to another party, I will still perform. So it is not because I'm in PDP where I'm performing. It is because I have that passion for my people. It is because I have the commitment to serve my people. Take me to a YPP and let me become whatever I will become there. I will perform. Take me to any party, I will perform. So it's not party that makes you to perform.
Now, it is no doubt that Wike himself is doing amazingly well there in the River State, and the people themselves hold him to a high esteem. But with the issue right now going on in the PDP and his person, I think Wike might be cooking up something to teach the PDP some lessons. But is he suggesting that he was going to leave the party? Because him saying that it's all about performance, so anywhere he is, he can still perform. Is he going to be leaving the party? Anyway, he made a vow that he's going to support anyone that emerges as the president that emerges as the presidential candidate when he lost the primaries. So I think he will still remain in PDP, but he might just make it difficult for Atiku in his running. But even at that as well, if he makes it difficult for Atiku, the party doesn't get the ticket, how does that favor him? But even at that as well, maybe his mindset is just for his state, not national. But on a national level, I think Nigeria will need someone that is like Wike after I heard this statement.
The only regret I have, I don't have the opportunity to tell the bandits enough is enough. If I've had the opportunity, the bandits know their time will be gone. But it's unfortunate I don't have it. But this one I have, I will use it and serve my people so that they will be happy and that they deserve the best.
Follow who no road, yes, so we can follow who no road. Now we can. As he depend them, he dey see with us. As he dey rent us, he dey pay. Oh yeah, say as he depend them, he dey see with us. As he dey see with us, he go dey pay. Hey, yeah, yeah.
But can Wike even do what Buhari could not do?
Stand up for